So before I got to Naval Justice School, I wondered what it would be like. I had been dreaming about going to Naval Justice School since years before I even started law school. This video is really for people who are wanting to go. Maybe you're really young and you're thinking about going to Naval Justice School one day. Maybe you're super excited like I was. There's not a lot of video content on YouTube about Naval Justice School, and so I thought that this would be kind of useful for some people. Or maybe you're about to head to Naval Justice School because you are a Navy or a Coastie or a Marine. You're headed to NGIS. Today's video, I'm gonna take you guys around, show you what I can, starting with my room. That's where we are right now. We're currently inside Naval Gateway Inn and Suites. That is one of the 3 to 4 buildings you may live at. First thing you're gonna wanna know is like, what is your room situation like? So I'm gonna show you guys my room. Now understand that not all the rooms are the same because like I said, there's 4 buildings, but I'm gonna show you guys my room. So starting with the bed, obviously we got Sergeant Snuggles on deck. Got like a little reading nook. I never read there. You got a little desk area. I did use my desk pretty often in the beginning, but I found that the room's just like kind of gloomy despite there being a window. So I eventually found like a coffee shop, Barnes & Noble, that I like to go to. You got a TV. It has, you know, Netflix. You have to have a Netflix login, but you do have like cable TV as well. The kitchen area. You got a small kitchen. A sink to clean dishes. I've been told that some rooms don't have a sink. Yeah, they also get this like coffee, maker. It's extremely useful, but there's always coffee in class. What I recommend doing is when you get to NGIS, I recommend buying one of these. If you like to cook like I do, I like to cook chicken and ground beef every week, and you can get a little hot plate like that, and it'll just help you make meals really quickly. Kitchen's not that big, but you can see I got my meal preps in there. So I come back for lunch, usually eat here in the room. Got my snacks, my bread, things of that nature. Got photos of my family for when I leave. I see them every day as a reminder. Got my calendar. I bought that calendar, put it on the wall. Pain equals discipline, discipline equals success. Just a daily reminder of the dedication it takes to get here. Got a note from my wife. She got to come visit me for a couple weeks. And then just some daily reminders. But here's the bathroom. There's the shower. So I'm gonna take you guys around, show you what I can, kind of show you the path that you'd get to take to the school, show you the gym, the officer club. I probably won't take you to the MX or the, I guess here they call it the NEX, the Navy Exchange, just because it's really not that important, but you'll definitely want to see what are the potential living quarters. You'll want to see the schoolhouse, and I'll show you guys like how we get to the schoolhouse, and then we'll probably drive over to the O Club and just kind of show you guys the view, because you will do some office hours at the O Club. It's basically a time where you can like hang out with the professors, the instructors, get to know them on a more personal basis. No one really talks about school in those settings because you will be doing a lot of class, a lot of school, and so plenty of time to ask questions when you're in class. And so it's really a time to like bond with your peers, get to know your instructors, because these are people who are, going to be part of your military career for a long time. So yeah, I'll take you guys along. Got a laundry room in there. You can see down there you have the room service. They come about once every 3 days, so you will get someone to come and help you, clean your room. You can see they have like a computer lab down here, so also have this snack mart downstairs. It's a really nice day out. The weather is extremely beautiful. It's currently October 19th. I got here back in August, so I've had beautiful weather for the most part. It got cold a little bit last week, but you can tell that the weather's still nice. I think there's like 3 different NJS classes each year, and I've been told that the August class is the best because You get all the beautiful weather. Newport is like a really touristy town during the summer. There's so many like good restaurants, good things to do, boating, wineries, but then, you know, NJS is about 3 months long. So towards the ending of NJS, you get some of the fall weather, a little bit more cold, you know, pumpkin patches, apple picking. So this is another one of the dorms that you may potentially live in. As you can tell, it's not as nice as the NGIS. And then this is another one of the dorms. I'm currently walking like behind the buildings. So to that side over there, you can't see, there's actually like a main road. But the way I'm walking is the way that I usually take to get to class. It's the way that everyone walks to get to class. It's a real short walk, but it's quite beautiful. As you'll see, you know, we'll go across a bridge. There's fishing available, so if you're into fishing, you can fish while you're here. There's always like, I guess like oysters or clams that kind of like wash onto the deck. So I don't know, maybe you're into that, like clamming. I don't know. This is another one of the dorms. As you could tell, not nearly as nice. If you have a pet, you are able to bring your pet to Naval Justice School. And so people who have pets are largely in these dorms. As you can tell from the little pet station right there. You know, they got a kind of a big field for the animals to come hang out. And this is the bridge. So this is the bridge that you'll walk to get to class. And you can see Naval Justice School over there. So this is the last dorm that you can possibly live in. It's called the Chalet. I think that they stopped housing NJS students in the Chalet just because I think it's not that nice, but I think they're working on it, and so in the future it may be open to NJS students again. So we're about to walk across the bridge. I'm going to take you guys over to NJS, but we're not going to go inside the building because it's closed right now, and I don't really want to ruin too much of the magic. So if you're headed to NJS, you actually have to get here to go inside and experience the magic. But I will show you the building, and you guys can see just kind of how close it is to where you live, kind of get a sense. My understanding is that over there, those buildings over there are like the enlisted quarters. This bridge we're on is just for walking, but obviously just a nice view of the river. And like I said, people will come here and fish, and I've never done that. So when you get to NJS, you'll do something called Pain Before Breakfast. Right now, it's led by Captain Briggs. If you're lucky enough, you'll get to meet Captain Briggs and have him as your Pain Before Breakfast instructor. But what it is every Wednesday morning, we wake up at 0500, we go run 5 miles, we start at this bridge, we go into the city of Newport, and then we come back, you know, 2.5 miles both ways. It's a lot of fun. It's a great bonding experience. You don't go really fast. The Marines are going to come here just after TBS, most likely. So most likely, unless you're a flepper. So you'll be coming with having just done a lot of physical activity. A lot of the Navy are coming after officer development school, so they're not going to have that same physical fitness background that you're coming from. And so there's a wide variety of, I guess, physical experience, if that makes sense. Physical training experience. We make the whole thing really accessible to everyone. So it's a lot of fun, a good bonding time, and it's nothing to be afraid of. And yeah, all right, so coming up. So NJS is not just for lawyers. They offer a couple of different classes here that I'm aware of. NJS is like obviously like kind of like the main thing, so law school for lawyers, but they also do a lot of training for enlisted Marine and sailors. So if you are in the Navy, you will be, and you are like in legal services, you'll be what's known as a legalman. And then if you're in the Marine Corps, you will be a legal assistant, and you will come here to do training. They also offer training for court reporters. It takes some time to get into court reporting, at least in the Marine Corps. It's not something you'll start off in, but if you're good at your MOS, you'll come back here for court reporting training. They also offer senior leaders course. So these are typically like 05s and above. They'll come here and they will get some more training on legal things, legal matters, because a lot of what they're doing at the command level involves legal analysis. They offer that course, and I think it's just the Marines and Navy who come here. If you're at an NGIS class, you'll probably see like 2 or 3 different senior leaders legal courses come through during your time here. They're usually here for about a week, maybe 2, week and a half. And yeah, I mean, like the building just kind of changes when they're there, because you know, most of us are 03s and below, and then all of a sudden you get all these 05s, 06s, well, I don't know if yeah, maybe an 07. And so the vibe kind of changes, to say the least. This is the parking lot. And it looks like there's actually quite a bit of people here this Saturday. So I'm not gonna try to go inside just because we're not supposed to be there. But this is most likely the way you'll walk into class every day if you drive, or you'll come in through those doors over there. It's a little seating area. Depending on the weather, you may have small group out here. One thing that I really like about NJS is that because we're all already lawyers, like everything you do here is much more practical. Practical exercises, small group exercises, and getting the opportunity to actually learn from practicing lawyers, people who have been doing military law for years. So I'm standing on the corner of Easton Street and Elliott Street. Naval Justice School is located on Elliott Street on Naval Station Newport, and this view kind of that I'm looking at right now, I think it's really pretty, and it just kind of encapsulates the totality of your NJS experience. So obviously you have NJS, you have all the living quarters, you can see NGIS, the chalet, I don't even know what those other ones are called. And then right over here is the fitness center. It is in walking distance from the hotels. I'm not gonna bring you guys over to the fitness center just because it's a really nice facility. Like there's big windows that overlook the water. There's tons of equipment, and it's truthfully one of the nicest gyms I've ever been in. Basketball courts, pickleball courts, swimming pools, an indoor track. It's one of the nicest gym facilities, and I wish I could take you inside, but I can't. So now what I'm gonna do is walk you guys over to the Officers Club. We already talked about that earlier in the video, but it's also just a really scenic place, and it is somewhere where you will spend a little bit of time when you're at NJS. So I want to show that to you and let you see what it's like. All right, so this is the gym. I decided to bring you over here, even though the light kind of has it blown out. Obviously a really nice facility. And you can see the water from the windows. So Naval Station Newport is a really big training base. They have not just NJS, but they have Chaplain School, Naval Supply School, Surface Warfare Officer School, and most famously the War College. So there you can see Chaplain School, you can see the Navy Supply School, and behind that is the War College, which you probably can't see, but I'll try to zoom in. The Navy War College is really cool because you'll see a lot of international officers are here. A lot of very high brass level officers are here. I've run into several admirals while I've been here, people who are just at the hotel, so they're not here for a long time. They're not like the commanders, but a lot of brass is on this base because it is, you know, just a place where a lot of training goes on, a lot of education. So all these white houses are where the various commanders on base who are stationed here on base live. Probably not all of them, but if they want to, I think they have the option to live in these white houses, and there's more back there as well. And it's right across from the NGIS. This is the parking lot where I park because I stay at the NGIS, but there's other parking lots closer to the other hotel buildings. The O Club is actually not very far from the hotel. Most of the times when I'm going over to the O Club, I just walk. But today I'm gonna drive and show you guys what that looks like. All right, so we're here at the O Club, and one of my favorite things about being at NJS during the summer was towards the end of the summer, the commanding officer of the base held like a farewell to summer party, and he had, oh snap, it's a bee. He had a farewell to summer party. He had like a bunch of food trucks, a lot of games. I think people from like out of base, civilians, were able to come on base and like enjoy, and he had like a really cool like little stadium that was set up right there, and obviously just this really big courtyard and this really beautiful view of the bridge. And then of course that is the O Club. But it was a really cool event. Like I said, good food, and it was a great way to just relax, because your weeks at NJS, they are jam-packed. You have 10 weeks and you have to get through a lot of material, which I'll have a video in the future where I talk about my experience at NJS, and not just giving you guys a tour and telling you about, you know, the curriculum and my experience with the Navy and my experience with the Coast Guard and just some other information, some things that I think I would have liked to known and things like that. But as you can see, it's just a very beautiful, a really beautiful place to be. So we'll walk around to the other side of the O Club, which I think is the better side. It's usually where, I mean, there's like a bar and there's seating, and it's usually where we're hanging out whenever we're coming to the O Club during the summer, but I'd rather show you than tell you about it. Obviously, if you own a boat, you know, they have their own dock for military members with boats. So you just got a really cool social place, a really great view of the bridge. You just come here, have drinks, relax after a long day of work. I think this has been like one of my favorite parts of NJS is this right here. Just being out here, being able to enjoy just the sunlight, just the ocean, a nice cigar every now and then, good company, good friends, and it has lived up to all of my dreams and expectations, and maybe even more. I'm really excited to get back home. I have about 1 month left here at NJS, and I probably won't post this video for a while, but I think that it'll be useful to someone one day, and even just for myself to go back and look and remember these times and the memories I've made, and how I finally have been able to achieve something that I've dreamt about probably since like the 10th grade, when I first saw A Few Good Men. I knew I wanted to be a lawyer in the military, and since then I've always looked forward to NJS because I knew that was part of the path, and it's kind of like the end of the education pipeline, especially as a Marine. Like the last year has just been school, well, candidacy and then school, and I'm really excited to get out to the fleet, start doing the thing. But I'm really grateful that I got this opportunity, because as you get older you realize education is a blessing. Like, it's not a burden. Going to school is not a burden. Like, you're privileged to be able to go to school and learn, especially from practitioners. And at NJS you do have the best of the best teaching you. So yeah, hopefully this video is useful, hopefully got you excited, and I'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, share, all that good trash, and I'll have some more NJS type videos in the future. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.